Years ago, you know, it was a wake in Katie, but this is long before Tommy went to America. They'd send for Tommy. At that time, they sat up all night, and they're looking for rhymes and rascality and divinity. And they'd always send for Tommy. And one particular night at a wake down at the bottom of the town, you know, the word got round the whole town, Tommy Makem's at the wake, and he's got a puzzle that nobody can solve. And the puzzle was, Tommy got a button, and in the room where the corpse was, he held up the button and he says, "Leave the room." He says, "I'm going to hide this button." And everybody left the room, and he hid the button. And they come back into the room at about 12 o'clock. And at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, all night they were searching for this button. And different battalions of people came in to search for the button. People woke up on their beds to come into the wake, not to pay respect to the corpse, but to try and find the button. And before the corpse was carried out, there was queues of people coming to find the button. And the people said, "God, your man, he's got a terrible lot of friends. They weren't interested in talking." And eventually, you know, nobody could find the button. And somebody said, "All right, Tommy, we give up. We give up. Where's the button?" And Tommy just lifted the bottom sheet of the corpse, and there was the button stuck between the corpse's toes.
Tonight is the opening of the festival here in Mullyard, Derrynooth, and you're outside the ancient Makem homestead, shall we call it, where our ancestors came from, and our fellows did this up over the years. We wanted to make this special tonight because the 10th anniversary of the festival, and because Tommy sang here quite regularly, and you know, and then we got Michael Quinn down, who's the ultimate songman of Ireland, and we got him to officially launch it.
Oh, there was a man lived in the north. You could scarcely find her marrow.
It is a specialised type of festival in that it takes stock of where the song's going and praises and honours and acknowledges those living and dead who have made an immense contribution to, you know, to the Irish song tradition. Tommy emigrated to America in 1955, and he had met Liam Clancy in Katy before he went. And the first time they met was in Katy and went off to Newry, etc. But they met up again in New York a few years after he emigrated, and then they formed the group. But the important thing from our song perspective is that he took the songs of Katy with him, and songs he learned from his mother and from other people. He took those with him. And that's one great thing about him. He had a great pride in his songs when nobody was singing them. So all those things, many of the Clancys and him sang later on, they were gathered right here and other places, and they became part of the great folk revival of the 60s in the United States. So Tommy was ultimately pivotal in that, both by his, you know, his singing voice, the power of his singing voice, and his memory and his ability to perform the songs. So throughout the 60s and the 70s, and later on he joined with Liam Clancy, they were the greatest, you know, performers of the Irish folk scene in the world. So it all started here in Derrynooth in Katy, where he listened to his mother's songs, and they went way back to the grandmother. So he was the great bearer of the local tradition and made it international. And like the people that we honour in the festival, we wish to acknowledge his outstanding contribution to the Irish and international song tradition. While we celebrate it, you know, through singing all that, we want to take stock and analyse, you know, how we've progressed and how the song stands at a particular time. We are grateful, for example, to the Armagh City Council in the person of Brian Johnson there, who worked with us very assiduously from the time, you know, from way back. Also to the Arts Council and to the Community Relations Council, who have also been a real source of power to us.
I went in through the gates and I stood in no wonder to see the big flagstacks that stood side by side. Their number, I'm sure it was over some 100. And one Mr. Gamble, I'm told, does preside.
The song tradition encompasses songs not only from Ireland, but songs from England, Scotland, and even Wales, because with Welsh people here several years ago worked at the mines. We had mines here, lead, copper, zinc. And I'll have to say too that the town of Katy was a fascinating place, because it was really a hub. Tommy called it the hub of the universe, and in a certain respect he was right, because we had the monthly fair, which brought people from all over Ireland. We had the mills, which brought people from all over England, Scotland and Wales either to work in the mills or to buy the linen. And people, because of the way things were at the time, sang a lot of songs. And there were certain song collectors, such as my grandmother, who just soaked the whole thing up. And I never knew her to write a song down. She always sang the song. If you asked her for the words of a song, she'd sing it for you, because she'd expect you to be able to remember it the same way as was taught to her. I'm told that she had the greatest collection of folk songs at one time in the British Isles.
Oh doctor, oh dear Dr. John, your cod liver oil is so pure and so strong. I'm afraid of my life, I'll go down in the soil if my wife don't stop drinking your cod liver oil.
We end the festival on Saturday with the publication of 40 new old ancient songs that John, my brother, and Seamus Finnegan gathered in another trawl of the county, you know, for these songs of all the traditional materials. Very, very important in Ireland, which has the greatest body of folk music in the world. Then Russia would come somewhere after that. And this one brief reason is just because the Irish are not into abstractions. They see the mistress of life as something to be sung out or danced out or fiddled out, etc., etc. But so that gives way to the serious, and the joy is just about to rise up at any given moment. So we try to perpetuate this. We can sound over idealistic about it, but you've seen yourself that it is a totally rare type of an event in a rare place, you know, 700 feet above sea level. The lights of Armagh here, Monaghan here, across the then on the far side. You know, so we're high and we're surrounding all those things. We do work hard at it to keep the heritage alive here.
Now the captain says to me, my lad, look here, my lad, says he. Would you like to be a sailor and sail the raging seas? Would you like to be a sailor and foreign seas to roll?
Somebody says to me there about 10 minutes ago, I think Tommy's around somewhere. I don't know, but he's around somewhere listening to this, because the cadence of the music there and the outburst of singing, it would awaken him wherever he is, you know, whatever he's doing. That's bound to say, come here and give us a few hours of your attention tonight. And I'd say that this would be a joy to him, the entire festival, and this pivotal spot where all the music and the song is so, you know, just suddenly rises.
With my true love she